Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, make sure to like, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. These are my old nails. I'm gonna have to remove them because we're gonna do some summer GelXNails, and I really love them so much. But it's time to remove them because yeah, I'm just one of those people that get tired of their nails quickly, so they have to replace it every week. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do both hands, but I won't show you both probably. Not sure what the plan is yet, because we're doing a family photo shoot and I want them to look good and matching. But yeah, I'm just starting off by removing the charms first. Charms are removed, at least I tried. It was kind of hard doing it on my left hand, but I'm just gonna use the e-file to do that. Next, I'm gonna be trimming it down, and I'm just gonna turn over my nail because I don't want to damage my natural nail underneath. I'm just gonna cut it to where my natural nail is. All right, now that they are cut down, I'm gonna go in with my sanding band, and I'm using the, I don't think it's the 181. I forgot what you call that, the more rougher side. No, I think it is the 100 one, maybe? I don't know. But it's not this fine sanding band, it's like the more rough one. I hope you know what I mean. I just can't remember what grit it is. Anyways, and I'm just gonna file down the product I have. All right, product is down. Now I'm gonna get some clips, some 100% acetone, and some cotton balls. And then I'm just gonna soak them in some acetone. And then just apply them around my nail. And clip that in. And I'm gonna do that for all of the other nails. Okay, all the clips are on. Now I'm gonna wait like 10 minutes. Okay, now you're just gonna get your cuticle pusher and just remove the excess from the nail. Just scrape it down, kind of. The longer you let it soak, the easier it will be to come and get it off. All right, this is what my nails look like after I took all the products down. Next step is cutting them down. Even though I'm glad I got like the length and stuff and the growth, I don't need it because I'm not doing an overlay where I would need it. So I'm just gonna cut the extra length off. Now we're gonna start with the manicure. I'm just gonna push back my cuticles. All right, and then with my flame bit, I'm gonna go around my cuticle like this and like lift it a little bit so I can cut it better. All right, next I will be cutting off the dead skin around the cuticle. And like I said, I don't have much to do because that old nail set wasn't that long ago, like a week or so. And for the last step for my manicure, I'm gonna go in with my fine grit sanding band again and just like remove anything that I might have left on my dead skin right here and any excess that I might missed from the previous nail set. All right, and like I mentioned, I'm gonna be doing some GelXNails, the sculpted round medium ones, and I'm just gonna size out my nail tips, and you want to make sure they fit from sidewall to sidewall. That's how you gonna make them last. If they're like this, not fitting quite right, they will lift, so you want to really make sure they fit you. And you know, you will always want to size up because you can always file down Anyways, I went ahead and like sized out all my sizes. Next, I'm gonna have to etch them in the inside, which means I'm gonna have to give them like a rough surface. You can do that with a primer or just do it with an e-file, and I'm gonna be using my e-file for that. And for me, it works the best when I use my tiny sanding pen. Nail tips are etched. Now I'm gonna be doing the application. Before I'm gonna start though, I'm gonna wipe them off one more time to make sure there's no dust left. And then I'm gonna go in with a base coat. Usually you would apply a dehydrator and a primer, but I'm gonna skip that step because, as you know, I don't need my nails to last too long since I'm doing them quite often. Yeah, a nice thin layer. And it's not required to do a base coat, honestly. You know, you can do like your regular prep with dehydrator and primer, and then do the application. But I just want to make sure that the nail is covered with something in case I miss a spot or something and water traps underneath or something else and causes me to get a greenie or whatnot. And you know, I'm trying to prevent that, and that's the main reason why I'm applying base coat. Let's get into the application. I'm gonna be using my nail glue from Beetles, and you're gonna need a flash cure lamp, and then I'm just gonna apply some nail glue in the inside of the nail tip and leave an excess like this. Turn on my flash cure light. Sorry y'all, I can't talk because I have to put that in my mouth. And for me to flash cure this, but yeah, you just slightly press down so there's no air bubble, and then flash cure. So yeah, and that's how you apply your GelX nail tip. You don't need necessarily a flash cure lamp, but this is gonna be really handy, honestly. I love these nail tips, and I really like this flash cure lamp. I got this from Shein. If you watched my last video, you know I bought it from my last order. And yeah, it's really strong. The only thing I don't like about it is the battery dies really quickly. Alright, once you have the nail tips on, you want to make sure to put it in your full-size nail lamp to give it a good 60 seconds cure. Alright, all the tips are on. Now we're gonna have to seal the cuticle area because right now it doesn't look like, you know, natural extensions kind of thing. It looks like press-ons, right? So we gotta seal this to make sure the nails won't lift. I'm gonna try to seal the tips with this grid, see if that will work, because this is like, you know, a really hard grid, so I don't want to cut my actual skin. So I'm gonna try it first to see if I can manage that or not. All right, cuticles are sealed. I'm gonna do one more step to seal the cuticles, but first I want to do to file them a little bit and shape them and like take the shine away. Nails are shaped, filed, and whatnot. And like I mentioned earlier, last step I'm gonna be doing to sealing the cuticle is getting a brush and dip it in some acetone, and then just going around the cuticle area. This will like melt the tip to your natural nail, kind of. And this is really optional if you want to do that or not. And I'm really just doing it around the cuticle area because you don't want to weaken your tip in the front, because that's where you want the strength to be. All right, let's get into the design. I'm gonna be using this brand in the color 236 as my nude base, and I'm just gonna apply one coat to all of the nails. Nude is on, I applied 2 coats, and then I mixed these 2 oranges together to create this a little more light orange. And then I'm gonna do a French tip on my pinky finger. Now I'm gonna be getting my pigment out, and I think I'm gonna apply this pink to create an ombre. I'm trying to be really careful. I opened that blue one and it spilled everywhere. It was a huge mess, so that was not fun at all. All right, French tip is on. Now I'm gonna get my brush and just apply a little bit on the top and kind of brush it out. Okay, I think I like that, honestly. And then I think I'm just gonna seal it with some top coat. All right, I have to do 2 more aura nails, so I'm just gonna apply matte top coat. Okay, and cure. So I'm gonna be doing another aura nail on my middle finger with the pink. Kind of blending it out with the sponge, and I hope I'm in frame, you guys. I'm sorry if not. I think it's coming together. All right, next I'm gonna be using this purple, and then I'm just gonna do some dots everywhere up to the middle. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a design. You know what? I should probably top coat this in case I mess up. All right, much better. Now I'm gonna be doing some 3D. I'm gonna be doing some bubbles first. And yo, I know it's like so messy, my video. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm doing nail art, then I'm doing 3D. And I don't know. I just like doing it that way for some reason. Flash cure. Okay, I think that's enough dots. Now I'm gonna be doing a 3D line right there. Just gonna apply it right here. And then I'm kind of gonna drag it down. Oh, I'm not sure if I like this. I'm gonna be top coating this nail because I have the pigment on and didn't seal it yet. And I would be just top coating this as well. I know I did already, but I want the 3D to be covered and this one as well. All right, moving on to the next nail. I'm gonna be doing the thumbnail. I'm gonna be doing a French tip with the yellow. I'm gonna go in with a more darker yellow, and I'm just gonna go like back and forth to making it look like a shell kind of design. Okay, I think that's fine, and I will be curing. Once again, I'm gonna be taking my rhinestone glue and doing the 3D effect. So pretty much I'm just gonna apply one blob on the top and drag it down to make it look like, you know, a shell. Okay, and then I'm just gonna apply a starfish in the middle. Okay, and I'll be curing. Okay, once everything is cured, I'm gonna apply some top coat. I'm trying to understand how she did the last nail, honestly. So I don't know. I'm just gonna apply this. Okay, and I will be curing this. Now I'm gonna apply a milky white on top. What I'm trying to do is pretty much the water nail that you see that was viral, just with pink, because I honestly don't know how she created that nail. I'm just gonna improvise, I guess. Alright, now I'm gonna take some top coat and I'm just gonna apply it on top, and I haven't cured or anything. Gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. I hope you're in frame. I'm got a new phone, like I mentioned in one of the other videos, I think, and I haven't really added anything yet to see if I'm even doing anything with this phone, so see. And then I'm just gonna wait for it to spread a little bit more. I think that's the best it can get, so I'm just gonna be curing it. For the last charm, I think I'm gonna use those flowers because I don't have the ones she has. So let's see if I like it. I'm gonna apply some rhinestone glue, and then I think I'm gonna use the yellow. I feel like the orange fits so much better. Just gonna do the orange. Nice. Maybe put like a something in the middle. Maybe, what do we think? Okay, I'm gonna be curing this real quick. All right, and then I'm just gonna top coat the nail real quick. And here are the finished nails. Honestly, these took me way too long to do, but they were so worth it. I love how they look. They're so perfect for summer. Yay! I can't wait to do the other hand. It's getting too late, so I'm gonna finish this off tomorrow, probably off camera, and then I'll guys eventually, can promise, show you both hands. But yeah, here are the nails. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.